All right. What's your
Give me a
name,
lighter
hon?
real quick.
What's your name?
Lisa Nelson.
Miss Lisa Nelson. Okay,
Yes,
Miss
ma'am.
Lisa. And how old are you?
I'm 63.
You're 63.
I
Are
hate to
you
admit it, but I am.
okay? Are you from Gainesville?
No, ma'am. I'm from Tarpon Springs, Florida.
Tarpon Springs. Okay. And so how long have you been here?
Um, in Gainesville,
Mhm.
probably on and off, maybe 3, 4 years.
How'd you end up here?
I ended up here because the Santa Fe Work Release Program is in front of Grace, and my son was returning from prison into the work release program, and I moved up here to be close to him because he'd been away for a few years.
Okay.
And
So you had a
the
place
change-
when you came up here?
Huh?
You had a place when you came here?
We were staying with someone that he had met, that he was dating, who was the RTS bus driver,
Okay.
and she had a place in Lamplighter.
Okay.
So we came to stay with her
Mhm.
temporarily, and ended up not working out, and returned back to Brooksville, Florida, and were there for like 3 years. Where my mate at that time, I woke up and found him deceased next to me. So
Your mate?
yes.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that.
18 years. Yeah.
18 years.
Yeah, and they said of a heroin overdose. I don't know if I should put that in there or not, but that's what I was told. And when I checked myself into rehab in Brooksville, when I was completed the rehab, they brought me all the way back up here and dropped me back off at Grace.
Wow.
Not knowing that I had been here before, which subsequently was the place that my addiction started.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy.
So,
Okay. So you only have the one son?
just the one son, yes. He's 41 now.
No,
So still my baby, but
yes, ma'am. Now, where is he? Is he in the work release still?
no, he's completed that prison sentence and everything. Actually, we're staying in a tent in the woods out here because I got what they call exited from Grace. I lost my bed,
Okay.
so I just really had thought I was going to be getting out of here, and it didn't work out. So I'm still in the woods
Yeah.
in a tent.
Okay. So they feed you here
They
still?
prepare 3 meals a day. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
I mean, the first 2 years I was here, when I first came here back in 2018, I misabused the facilities that they have available for you, because I mean, it really is. If you fail with this program, you're not gonna
Wow.
make it anyway. They have access to all community services and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
Was there any type of like drug addiction or alcohol addiction on your part?
yes.
Oh, okay.
At that time, I was using drugs.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your drug of choice?
Heroin.
Heroin.
I was an IV drug user,
Okay.
and I have quit that.
Okay.
So,
Congratulations.
I've been clean about 2 years now.
Okay.
But I had a real bad experience. Hold on.
Mhm.
This is terrible. Quit filming for a second.
Mhm.
Here.
So
Oh, sorry.
so
Someone put over a gram of fentanyl in my drink, and I went into a coma, and I was on life support for 2.5 months. And when I woke up from that, I had lost my memory, so I had to learn how to walk and feed myself and everything all over again. And I knew that I had a life before that and that I was a drug addict, but made the conscious decision not to turn back
okay.
to that lifestyle. So,
Okay. So you being out here, does it make it difficult for you to stay clean?
For me,
and how's the
I would say
temptation?
no, because for a lot of people, I can see the temptation, and that's what got me the prior 2 years that I was here before. And I got wrapped up in the whole drug scene, and just really ripped and roared, and that was about all I cared about, because they don't require you to pay any bills, or there's really no responsibility. That's probably the biggest downfall, I think, here, is because people like me, they get disability checks, and at that point, they're free to do whatever they need to with them. But instead of doing the right thing and saving the money and trying to better themselves, they get wrapped up in this drug scene,
Yep.
and all their money
This
goes
lifestyle,
to that.
this environment.
And there's a lot of, thievery, stealing, robbing, especially if they know that you have, a check coming in.
Income.
They target you on those,
Mm.
the first of the month, the third of the month.
Mm.
And they're pretty good at it because it's a
Wow.
lifestyle for them.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you really gotta think out of the box to be able to survive.
Yeah. What's the
mean-
craziest thing you've seen happen out here?
Death.
You saw somebody pass away.
Just actually 3 weeks ago, there was a young fellow. He had been incarcerated for 10 years. He wasn't out for 4 days, and he hung himself right over there. And he did it like pretty close to where everybody. It was a cry for help, but I think it went too far. And he actually was deceased because of where he did it and how he did it.
Yeah.
It's a shame, but
Was it a young or older?
he was a young guy, but spent most of his life in the penitentiary, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't really know, what was going on at the time. I just know that a few people came rushing out thinking that he was a friend of mine because he looked similar to them. And I'm like, what's going on? And as soon as you walked up, you could see they had cut him down off the tree, and
Oh,
he
my
was
God.
covered with the sheet. But you see a lot of overdoses from fentanyl, and which is a result of my condition.
What's the main drug out here that they?
What they call Molly,
Oh, okay.
and Tucci, K2, which is spice,
Mm.
same thing, which you'll see a lot of people. It's not as bad as it used to be out here,
Mhm.
but I mean the ambulance was here on a regular 5, 6, 7
Yeah,
times
it's
a
like
day.
several times or actually every time I've been out here, there's been an
Yeah.
ambulance.
But
Let me
people
ask you-
twack out, what they call twack out on that, and I don't understand why they participate in something like that. It makes no sense. It's poison. It's strychnine in there.
Yeah. So
So
what? So you're from Tarpon Springs.
I'm from Tarpon Springs, Florida,
Well-
and I was in 2 car accidents and injured my back real bad, and that started the beginning of my demise, I think.
Okay.
Where the homelessness, I lost my home that I owned for 18 years. I wasn't able to work. It took me 4 years to get on my disability. So those 4 years was,
Yeah.
a struggle. That's when I lost my vehicles that, I had loans for, my mortgage payment, my house, everything. I lost everything. And
You have
finally
any-
got my disability, but that was 4 years later. I lost a lot in those 4
Yeah.
years.
Yeah. You have any siblings?
No, I'm the only child.
You were the only
And
child.
At this point, my whole entire family is deceased, except for my son, and I have a cousin that lives in Atlanta, but he's my only, family. We haven't seen each other in probably a good 20 years.
Do you ever
So
speak
I don't
to
have
him?
a support system at all. I was always the Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah. Do you ever talk to your cousin, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do from time to time, but like I said, he's in Georgia and I'm here. Always had a vehicle. I worked 40 years of my life on the books, so
What was your profession?
I really didn't have a profession, so to speak. I went to cosmetology school. I never figured out what I wanted to be when I grew up. So I did a little sales, a little, working in
This and that.
cashiering in grocery stores or, retail and Kmart and
Yeah.
places like that. But
What makes you happy in life?
what makes me happy? Just family and good friends. Good friends, not the kind of friends you meet these days.
Yeah.
I probably could count on one hand the friends that I could really say are my friends.
If you could just do anything for one day, what would you do?
Be a young person again without my physical limitations. I don't know. I love to visit places and go places and sightsee and stuff like that. And because of my back injuries, it keeps me from doing. I used to love to enjoy horseback riding. I own horses and trained horses, and I had a full life, but the older years are really starting to debilitate the quality of my life.
Yeah. If you have one piece of advice to offer to the younger generation based off your own life experiences, what would you tell them?
That education is extremely important. I did graduate high school, but I didn't really stay into a college or any kind of profession, so to speak.
Yeah.
Education is so important.
And don't get a felony, huh?
Try not to get yourself in trouble, and always treat people the way you would want to be treated.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Well, thank you very much. I got some stuff here. I'm going to let you look through and get what you want. All righty?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, ma'am.
I grew up in a day where they didn't have that kind of stuff.
That's